Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on the 6th of November. It's dry and it's too early to tell whether it will be a bright, but I think it's rather a cloudy morning here in the north. Today we celebrate in the Church of England an Anglican figure from the last century, actually born at the end of the 19th century and living till the middle of the 20th century. William Temple was in succession Bishop of Manchester, Archbishop of York, and then Archbishop of Canterbury. Before that, he'd been a head master at Repton School, a priest in Piccadilly, and a canon of Westminster. He seems to be a very establishment figure. Those are posts which speak of privilege and wealth. And he came as a son of an archbishop, as a man who had privilege. But he was very different. He was for 8 years a member of the Labour Party, quite a radical thing in the 1910s and 1920s. But he gave up his party affiliation when he became a bishop. He thought it was only right to do so. And it's interesting that as someone who was seen as a Christian socialist, it was Tory governments who appointed him to his chief roles. And that is because the nature of his preaching, the nature of his teaching, and the nature of the way in which he stood up for poorer people, to governments in this country and to governments abroad, meant that his reputation was accepted across political boundaries. This was a man who understood that his Christian faith meant that he had to take responsibility for the poor and the vulnerable. But as a bishop and an archbishop, it was also his responsibility to teach and proclaim the faith. This man was a giant among his contemporaries, and his legacy in Manchester, in York, and as Archbishop of Canterbury means that we still remember him and give thanks for his ministry. Tomorrow we'll be reminded that Jesus called people to follow him, to be fishers of men. And we pray that, like Temple, in whatever position we are placed, wherever we come from and wherever we are, we will also have before us that call of Christ, to be his followers, to walk with him in the way, and to share his love with and for others. May God bless us.